Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Henderson, Kentucky, for tonight's doubleheader Ohio Valley League action between the Henderson Flash and the Full Count Rhythm. Doubleheader, 2 7-inning contests tonight between the first place Full Count Rhythm and the third place Henderson Flash. Henderson 15-13 on the season. The Rhythm 21 up and 9 down. And they are 3/4 of the way through the regular season. The Flash had a game that was suspended the other day and is ultimately canceled. So they have at least one less game. Apparently they have another rain-out game that they're going to make up later on. Maybe have a doubleheader. I don't know their schedule off the top of my head. The Rhythm will be back home tomorrow night for host family night. Then back out on the road on Friday. I believe we go to Hoptown Friday and then back home on Saturday. Today, a doubleheader. Hopefully we don't have to dodge raindrops. I am sitting outside, so rain is not good for an outside broadcast. Glad to have you here early on game time. Supposed to be at 5 o'clock. The home plate meeting just now taking place. Apparently, we only have a 2-man crew tonight, maybe for game one. Let's get you the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First for the Full Count Rhythm, coached by Josh Carmen. You see him there in the gray pants and the light blue tops tonight. He's assisted by Jimmy Gamboa, Carson Howard, and Jonah Smithson. John Paul Head will lead off. He's going to play right field. Jake Merrick batting second, playing third base. Devin McCarron at shortstop, hitting third. Trey Simmons behind the plate. He'll hit cleanup. Nolan Sargent batting fifth. He'll play center field. Charlie Bozeman in left, batting sixth. Blake Carter at first, batting seventh. Elijah Stockton hitting eighth, playing second base. And Nate Webb, the DH, bats ninth. And on the mound for Full Count, Dawson Sweeney, who just got the win pitching the ninth inning the other night, is back out on the mound for the start. He will face the Flash, coached by J.D. Arndt, who's now out at center field. He's assisted by Brandon Boxer, Cody Schultz. Logan Haslam is his pitching coach. Leading off, Hunter Vaughn playing shortstop. Dane DeWeese is in center field, batting second. Hayden Jones hitting third and playing third. Milo Abradovich is behind the plate, hitting cleanup. Batting fifth, Jackson Sparks, a new player for the Flash. He'll play left field. Colton Evans, also relatively new, is at first base, hitting sixth. Braden Gable, the DH, bats seventh. Jackson Pruitt in second base, hitting eighth. And Drew Eisenberg out in right field, batting ninth. And on the mound for the Flash, Evan Bloomer, 6'5", 215-pound right-hander. He's from Collierville, Tennessee. Went to First Assembly Christian School. Now attends Lee University over in Cleveland, Tennessee. He will get his first start of the year. It's only his third appearance for the Flash. He has 7 innings in those 2 appearances, giving up only 4 hits, no runs, no walks, has struck out 12, has plunked 2 batters. He will get his first start. Full Count Rhythm and the Flash have played 5 times already this year. They'll play 2 today, weather permitting. And the Rhythm have a 3-2 advantage. First game went to Full Count 7-2 at home, and then on the road, the Flash walked it off against the Rhythm 6-5. Rhythm returned up here to Henderson and defeated the Flash 9-2. Back home, the Rhythm won 8-3, and the last time that these two teams tangled was down at Drakes Creek Park in Hendersonville, and the Flash won 4-2. Mound meeting is over, and almost count the number of people here in Henderson in attendance on 2 hands. as the 5 o'clock start here midweek. Apparently not to the liking of the Henderson Flash fans. The Flash, of course, everybody was off yesterday on the day off. Flash were tied 4-4 at Hoptown, and that game delayed and ultimately canceled. It was 4-4 in the bottom of the sixth. Paducah Chiefs 3-2. They were leading in the third inning at Madisonville in that game, and that game was canceled as well. With the artificial turf infield, full count, and Hayden Drakes Creek Park, field number 3, not had a game rained out at home yet this year. Did have some rain the other day, but that turf is able to take it. So have had a couple of delays at Drakes Creek Park this year, but we're able to get the games in. As Mama Head, Yee Yee and Papa watching John Paul on the big screen down in Birmingham, Alabama. Paul and Leanne Head, his parents. Where's Ryan? She not around on a Wednesday? She might be working. As we are about set as the Flash will take the field. And once again, my disclaimer, it's the best place I can set these cameras up. So gonna have focus on that netting, but you're gonna have to look through it. It's the best I can do. Otherwise, we won't have a full count broadcast on the Full Count Broadcast Network. You'll have to go to the Henderson Flash, and I think you can go to I think it's SON maybe, the radio station that has the button. Somebody said to me the other day that they didn't have a broadcast, but I thought, no, I'm pretty sure they do, and I wasn't sure if it was on YouTube or Facebook or where it was, but I know they do have one. As the Flash are being introduced, I'll let you know. Jackson Sparks in left, Dane DeWeese in center, Drew Eisenberg in right, Hayden Jones at third, Hunter Vaughn at short, Jackson Pruitt at second, Colton Evans at first, Milo Abradovich behind the plate, and I guess we're not going to have a national anthem here for game one. We're just going to tee it up and let's get after it. Normally they have a national anthem. The starting lineups brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Rivergate, our title sponsor this year. Final game, home game of the regular season is July 19th, and that will be Chick-fil-A of Rivergate Appreciation Night. Todd and Linda Hunley, the owners over there at Chick-fil-A of Rivergate in Madison, Tennessee. Todd, one of the most gracious and generous men you'll ever run into. The Chicken Man, as he is known. I'm sure there's a lot of Chick-fil-A owners known as the Chicken Man, but that's the moniker that he has been given at some point in time, and he's taken to it pretty well. Whole lot less of Todd Hunley around, though. He has done well. He's lost a good bit of weight. I think he's gone over to Subway is what happened. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't do that. He did not do that. He's eating salads over at Chick-fil-A, I'm sure. John Paul Head, Jake Merrick, and Devin McCarron to face Evan Bloomer, the big tall right-hander. The first time that Full Count, I believe, we'll get a look at him. Henderson Flash, like other teams, have had to deal with players leaving for the summer. And the first pitch of John Paul Head is in there for a called strike. We are underway at 5:06 Central Time Game time temperature 85 degrees with the sun at my back. Brought to you by Stitches by Cindy. Driven out to right field. Eisenberg back and over, makes the catch for out number one. John Paul coming in hitting .460, playing in his 29th game of the year. It's Full Count's 31st game, leading the Ohio Valley League in many offensive categories, as I've said over and over and over. Now, Jake Merrick, also one of the top hitters in the league, choking up. Both John Paul and Jake Merrick from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, and Bloomer is chucking strikes here early. Pitches from the stretch. Merrick hitting .363, also playing in his 29th game of the year. Swings a pitch that lands in the dirt for strike two. 33 hits, 5 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 34 RBIs. That is second on the club. I think it's third behind the Flash third baseman Hayden Jones, who's going to get a ground ball to him, 2 hops, and he throws a strike to Colton Evans for out number 2. That'll bring up Devin McCarron, hitting .371, playing in his 10th game of the year for Full Count. Those first 9 games, he's got 13 hits, including 3 doubles and a home run, 6 RBIs. Gets on base almost 1 out of every 2 times he comes up. And he lines one to right field. Eisenberg over and makes the catch on the line drive out. That ends the top of the first. He went the opposite way and scalded it right to the right fielder. Eisenberg, a two-way player, able to get over and make the catch on the line drive. Just getting started here, 2 7-inning contests. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to Absolute Wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Jay and Tina Myers from White House in Sumner County, they're listening in. Probably watching maybe a little bit as well. Glad to have them here on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Dawson Sweeney, he's ready. He's telling Trey Simmons, go ahead and throw it on down. Let's get this bottom of the first going. He'll face Hunter Vaughn, Dane DeWeese, and Hayden Jones. Couple of new players there. Well, Hunter Vaughn's not. He's played in 20 games. Just don't know how much he's played against Full Count. They got the music booming here at Park Field. And Dawson delivers the first pitch that's fouled off to the left side. AAA autoglass foul ball. Even here in Kentucky. Hunter Vaughn from Pensacola State from Campbellsville, Kentucky. Two-way player, but it's left-handed here, leading off. Sweeney immediately looks back at the mound after that pitch sails high. Not sure. Apparently didn't have a good feel on the mound there. Vaughn hitting 273. Takes ball 2. Had 96 plate appearances this year. He's got 21 hits, couple of doubles, 4 RBIs. Takes a called strike 2, and Dawson Sweeney, second on the club in strikeouts with 33. Pitch away from getting his first of the ball game. 2-2 pitch. Cracked the left field. That's going to send Charlie Bozeman back, but he'll make the catch for out number 1. Well hit by Hunter Vaughn, but Bozeman didn't have to move very far. Makes the catch. Charlie Bozeman in left. Nolan Sargent at center, and John Paul Head in right. Jake Merrick statued down there at third base. Devin McCarron at short. Elijah Stockton at second. Blake Carter at first base, and Trey Simmons behind the plate. Dawson Sweeney delivers a called strike to Dane DeWeese. DeWeese is one of the new players. Playing in his third game. Looks at a breaking pitch and fouls it down the right field line. It was twisting, turning, curving as it got to the fair line. 3:15 down the lines here at Bill Heath Field, the scoreboard says. 340 in the alleys, 370 to dead center field. The Flash, I believe, are second in the league in home runs. They've got 21. Well, let's check that. The Rhythm hit a couple the other day. They are now third. And a reach out and touch me base hit into center field. DeWeese full on the pitch, but he will reach on the 1-out single. He just reached out and poked that one to center field. And now Hayden Jones, leading home run hitter in the league, with 7 stands in from Middle Tennessee State University. He is also from Campbellsville, Kentucky. Takes a ball high. Don't have height and weight on their roster, but if he's 6 foot, I'd be surprised. He might be 5'11". Pretty compact player, but he is explosive. Hitting 376, playing in his 24th game. Runner goes, pitch is ball, throw down is scooped out of there by Stockton, but just under the tag is DeWeese. And I think ball 3, as I did not see the umpire raise his right hand. Looked like a pretty decent pitch. DeWeese now in scoring position. He's from Southwestern Illinois College. 3-0 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Something on when I looked him up said something about Southern Indiana, but not showing on the roster. So after 2 years at SWIC, as they call it, Southwest Illinois College, Junior College, he may be heading on to Southern Indiana. Sweeney delivers a breaking pitch that sails right across the inside corner. And a Full Count Ministries full count. On deck, Milo Abradovich. Jones has 9 doubles. That leads the league. 7 home runs. That leads the league. And his 35 RBIs are second to John Paul Heads. And a full count. First pitch, foul ball. John Paul's got 43 ribbies. Jake Merrick, 34. Third in the league. So 3 of the top hitters in the OVL are playing in this game. Hello to Bridget D'Alessio up in New Jersey. Swing and a miss and a Safeway strikeout to sit down Hayden Jones. Good job by Dawson Sweeney to come all the way back after the 3-0 count to get the second out of the inning. Big out. Now brings up Abradovich, playing in his 21st game. Milo from LSU Eunice. His hometown is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Teammate of Eli Lamb. Found out from him on the bus. LSU Eunice, they are the Bengals. Pretty good place to be the Bengals down there in LSU. Off-speed pitch misses up. Got a couple of new players not in the lineup here. Got a new pitcher and a new catcher, with a couple of our catchers going down injured. DeWeese leading off. That ball's lifted out to shallow right center field. On comes Head and Sargent. Both of them lose their lid. John Paul makes the catch for out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left aboard. Sweeney strands the single on its second base. And we'll go to the second. No score. Just getting started in game 1 of the doubleheader.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Brand Edwards and Eric Alexander, employed by Corson Fire and Security. Appreciate those fellows that have been key pieces of support for Full Count Ministries and Full Count Rhythm. Eric Alexander, a mentor to Tim Dixon. Amy Travis listening in. She's famous in Full Count history. Her son Harrison Travis, a multi-year player. There's Trace Simmons, swings at the first pitch he sees. Comes up empty. He was expecting a fastball there, but got the breaking pitch from Evan Bloomer. Lee University Flame. Just down for ball 2. Amy Travis. Amy and William, parents of Harrison Travis. Got to see Harrison earlier in the year. We haven't seen him back at Drakes Creek Park. Need to have him back and get him on the broadcast. Swings it again at another low slider and misses. Simmons hitting .333, playing in his 23rd game. 3 doubles, triple, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. Third on the club in that category. Had the walk-off single that won the ball game against the Fulton Railroaders the other day. Big victory. He slices one foul. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Big come from behind victory. The Rhythm down 9-4 after Fulton scored 7 runs on 7 walks and a hit. A whole bunch of wild pitches and pass balls in that game. And the Rhythm just kept on fighting back, scored 3 in the bottom of the ninth. There's a ground ball to short. 3 hops, tough hop right there. And handled by Hunter Vaughn, and his throw to first is in time for out number 1. 4 straight retired by Evan Bloomer to start the ball game. Nolan Sargent stands in, left-handed hitter. Just told me on the bus it's okay to pull the trigger and letting folks know where he's going. He's going to transfer from Belmont, and he's headed over to be a Cougar at Cleveland State. again, like Trey Simmons, who's going to Pellissippi State in the fall after this season, they're dead to me. They'll be on the rival team as Nolan Sargent takes a called strike. But I say that facetiously. I'll still root for them. I just won't root for the team that they play for. Sargent playing in his 21st game of the year for full count. Taps one down the third base line, but it will roll foul. A little bit of English on that as that ball was off the end of the bat. On deck, Charlie Bozeman. Sargent did not play. I'm sorry, he did play and led off in the Fulton Railroader game the other day. Went 0 for 5, scored a couple of runs. Down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes here, and 1 out, nobody on. Bloomer delivers a fastball high and away. Bloomer, as he comes, maybe that's a windup that he's doing. He's standing there like he's in a stretch, but he looks away from the plate as he starts his motion. So he's looking at the plate now, and now he turns all the way over to third base and then delivers. Line into the gap in left center field. That's going to get down. Sargent rounds second. He's heading to second. He'll drop the anchor in for a dudette double with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. First hit of the ball game for the Rhythm. Nolan Sargent picks up his 3rd double of the year. Now Bozeman. Charlie hit his 3rd home run of the year, a 2-run shot. It was his 2nd 2-run shot in just a few days. Comes to the plate now with, guess what, 1 man on. And we'll know if he hits a home run because he'll stand there and watch it. He knows when it goes. And he likes to admire it. I don't have any problem with that. Now, don't stand there for 15 minutes, but the other one the other night, wasn't sure if it was going to be fair. Out at Paducah, takes ball 2. So I think he was standing there watching to see. Maybe he wanted to stay there so he can make sure that the home plate umpire didn't miss it. But he hit the one out there at Drakes Creek Park. His 3rd of the year. Sargent likes to jump off at second base. Bozeman takes a called strike. Keep waiting for Nolan to go ahead and take off. Seems like it's been a minute since he's had a stolen base. He's 4 for 4. Bozeman playing in his 19th game. Got 11 RBIs with those 3 home runs. That one just down a hair. Bloomer wanted the call and didn't get it. 3 balls and a strike is the count now. Blake Carter on deck. This might be the first time the Rhythm have gone with the gray pants and the sky blue tops. I hear that the bomb pop uniform is in the rotation here soon. Swing and a miss. Bloomer just reared back and fired that one. Bozeman's swing was just under. Ohio River to my back, as is the sunshine. Swing and a miss. Bloomer retires Bozeman on strikes for out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Evan Bloomer. Now 2 outs. Blake Carter with a chance to drive in a run. Blake from Lipscomb University. Playing in his 27th game. Couple behind John Paul Head and Jake Merrick. He's 3rd on the team in games played. Takes a pitch that whispers at the inside corner for a called strike. Hitting .210. Couple of doubles, couple of home runs, 14 RBIs. He gets a hold of it, there's no chance this park can contain him. See if he can get a pitch to hit here from Bloomer. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball. He's a little late on that folks arriving here at Bill Heath Field. It's inside of City Park. I want to say it may be called Atkinson City Park. I don't see a sign here for it, though. Not at the baseball field. That one's high. Milo Abradovich, the catcher for the Flash. He and Andy Lee, two regular catchers for Henderson. 1-2. Ground ball to the right side. It will sneak through into right field. Let's see if they send him. They will. Here comes Sargent. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time. Blake Carter with the 2-out RBI drives in the Framework Athletics first run of the game. And full count leads 1-0. Carter went the opposite way. Jackson Pruitt, the second baseman, playing up the middle, and Carter goes oppo taco there. Second hit of the inning. Drives in the run. Do that double by Nolan Sargent and a single by Carter as Elijah Stockton swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Whoever's on deck, gonna have to run and get that one. And that is Nate Webb. Carter at first base, getting a lead. Probably won't go with a left-handed hitting. His ball's in the dirt. Now he's going to take off. Throw down is not in time. Bradovich blocked it, but kicked to his left. Carter read the dirt ball, and he took off. So a wild pitch by by Bloomer, gets Carter down in scoring position. Stockton fouls another one back. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Elijah playing in his 15th game, hitting .216. He's got 3 doubles. 1 RBI on the season. Also walked 11 times, been hit by a pitch once. Left-handed batter from Kentucky Wesleyan, not far away from where he goes to school. And he's going to take a strike on the outside corner. From my vantage point, I can't see how far out it was, but Elijah thought it was out. So a backward K in the book ends the inning, but the Rhythm score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner was left aboard. We'll count with the early lead here in game 1 of the doubleheader. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Bottom of the second, Rhythm have the 1-0 lead. Just trying to figure out what we're going to have for between the top and the bottom of the 5th inning as the Full Count Rhythm spotlight time, as J.D. Arndt is coaching third base tonight. Well, doesn't happen very often that I know of. 5, 6, and 7 to face Dawson Sweeney here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Jackson Sparks in there for a called strike. And he's down in the count 0-2. This might be Jackson Sparks' first at bat with the Henderson Flash. Trying to see in Game Changer if he's had an at bat, and I don't see his name in there yet. Kevin Patton, the scorekeeper here for the Henderson Flash. Swing and a high drive out to right field. This might have just left the yard, and it does. First at bat for Jackson Sparks. He got a pitch to hit up in the zone, and he drove it out of here to tie the ball game. That's the 6th home run of the year given up by Dawson Sweeney. There's not another Rhythm pitcher that has given up two. That's only the 8th home run given up. Jackson Sparks, like Dylan Cool of the Fulton Railroaders, homers in his first at bat. At least that's what I'm seeing on Game Changer. And it's 1-1. Colton Evans, the first baseman, get his crack with the game tied. Another pitch up. Evans playing his 7th game. Started to go and holds up on a pitch up. Swing and a miss. I believe now both teams have 22 home runs on the year. If Game Changer is correct, then I feel pretty confident about my statistics. We have 22. And now the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Which it's not really even. It's in the favor of the pitcher at 2-2. Reach out, popped up into shallow center field. Back goes McCarron, and he makes the easy catch for out number 1. Braden Gable comes to the plate. He's the DH. Gable, also a Lee University Flame. He's from Kennesaw, Georgia. Playing in his 20th game of the year. He looks at an off-speed pitch in for a called strike. Atkinson Park. Yeah, I've seen Park Field. That's off the end of the bat. Carter, the first baseman, underhand tosses to Dawson Sweeney to retire Braden Gable. It was off the end of the bat. Had some English on it. I have to wait to anything that's hit to the right side. I got to look through umpire, catcher, typically batter. On the scoreboard, it actually says at the top, Bill Heath Field, but I have seen other things that say Park Field. Let's get rid of the count there. Ball 1 to Jackson Pruitt, the second baseman. Now ball 2. Pruitt also from LSU Eunice. His hometown is Fort Smith, Arkansas. Aiden Mouton, another Bengal from LSU Eunice. Changeup fouled off. Bounces right back to the umpire. And the number 8 hole hitter taking a hack at a 2-0 pitch. On deck, Drew Eisenberg, 9th batter in the Flash lineup. Home run to lead off the inning, tied the game. Rhythm with a double and a single in the top half of the inning. Then Jackson Sparks with his first home run of the year. Another off speed with some spin in there for a called strike. Dawson Sweeney from Trevecca Nazarene University. Right-hander, 6'1", 200 pounds. Popped up on the right side. It looks like this might come back. And, oh, it nearly plunked a spectator just on the other side of the fence. A AAA Autoglass foul ball nearly was a let's take him to the emergency room. Couple of elderly folks sitting right on the other side of the fence think they're in a safe zone. 2 outs and a full count Ministries, full count pitch. Another AAA Autoglass foul ball. Dawson Sweeney from Hermitage, Tennessee, went to Nolensville High School. Marketing major at Trevecca, the son of Bobby and Shanna Sweeney, brother to Abby and Case. Hello to Paw in Jackson, Mississippi, and Nana in Abilene, Texas. Might be listening in on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Line drive, base hit, right back up the middle. Pruitt gets the knock. Third hit of the ball game for the Flash. If Game Changer's correct, which I highly doubt, their team batting average is .241. I feel pretty good about Kevin Patton's scoring. It's some of the others in the league that I'm not real stoked about. Drew Eisenberg, utility man, at the plate, takes called strike. Eisenberg playing his 15th game. He's hitting 163, but I know he's had a big hit against the Rhythm. He pops that one off the netting just in front of my location. And the count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eisenberg, an incoming freshman to Rend Lake College, a community college in Illinois. He's from Bowling Green, Kentucky, right down the road. Also gets on the mound. He's a left-handed pitcher. Number 9 hole hitter for the Flash, batting here in the bottom of the second with 1 on, 2 out, 1 already in the inning. The runner takes off. Pitch is swung on and shallow fly ball in right field, and it's caught by John Paul Head for out number 3. It was off the handle there, and I wasn't sure if John Paul was going to be able to come in and make the catch or not. But 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left aboard, and we're finishing the second like we finished the first. Tied up. We'll be back right after this short break.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
9-1-2 due up here in the top of the third inning, facing Evan Bloomer of the Henderson Flash, his first start of the year. Was not in the previous 2 relief appearances, did not give up an earned run. He's got one today as he faces Nate Webb, who's about 6'3", and just got a strike called at his shin. That's a big boy at the plate right there. Vicki Maloney checked in. She's a super fan. Where is Paula Sims? Chopper too short, gloved by Vaughn, and he's going to throw on the run over to Evans for out number 1.
Now batting number 9.
Myers, they've been frequent flyers and post often, and I appreciate that. Appreciate the folks that join the program via the Facebook post. Some watch on YouTube. A little bit harder there to post as my iPad has stopped working because it's gotten too hot. Oh, that's fun. So there go the stats for the Flash for now. Swing and a miss by John Paul Head. Now he's down in the count 0-2, swings at a pitch in the dirt. As long as my computer doesn't go down, that sun's going to be there for a while. It's there when we come to play a 6:30 game, so at least probably another hour on my back. 1 out, 0-2 count to John Paul Head. Takes that one down. Good take by John Paul. He flew out to his counterpart, Drew Eisenberg, in right field in his first plate appearance. Rhythm went 1-2-3 in the first, scored their lone run in the second. Bloomer steps on a fastball there, but it comes high and tight to John Paul. Leads the league in hits with 46, runs scored with 34. Second in doubles and home runs to Hayden Jones. John Paul's worked a Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. John Paul and Jake Merrick tied for the second place in walks in the league. They have 27. And a full count. First pitch foul ball, AAA autoglass foul ball off to the right side. A.J. Armstrong with the league lead in walks. I think he picked up his 31st the other day. That's out to right field again. Eisenberg, he's going to have to run back, and he makes the catch over his shoulder. I knew that was hit farther than where he was standing. And he went over and then back to make the catch. So a line out to right as John Paul's gone opposite way both times. He's 0 for 2 as Jake Merrick grounded out to his counterpart, the third baseman, first time he came to the plate. Jake hitting .363, getting on base at a .534 average, which is second to John Paul's .581 and second in the league. Backs away from that inside fastball. Do I have the right number of outs? I don't. There's 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the third, scheduled for 7 innings here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Slider, Bradovich tried to pull it back, but doesn't get the call. On deck, Devin McCarron hoping to get an at-bat here in the top of the third. Line drive, base hit over the right or the second baseman's head, cut off by Eisenberg, and there's a 2-out base hit. Jake Merrick now 1 for 2.
Now batting.
Good job going the opposite way for these guys. Nolan Sargent went opposite way into left center field with his double. Blake Carter went opposite way for his RBI single, and now Jake Merrick has gone opposite field for his single. Devin McCarron lined out to the right fielder to end the first. And a wave and a miss. He got fooled on the first pitch. If only my son was watching. He's heard that a zillion times. Don't ever get fooled on a first strike. Throw over. Merrick back. You want to sit on a pitch on the first pitch, that's fine. If If it's not what you're looking for, and it's still a strike, let it go. You got 2 more. If he'd have hit that ball, it wouldn't have gone 3 feet. It's another swing and a miss on that low slider, and throw back by Milo Obradovich. Gets up into the sun as Bloomer has to shield his eyes with his hand. Catcher's throwing the ball. They're just lobbing it back to these pitchers. Hard to see. McCarron down the count 0-2 as the pitcher is in the sun and the batter is in the shade. So an issue here at the plate. Karen heading to Mercer University after a year at Chattanooga State Community College. And that is grounded to third. Jones is going to go to the short way over to second base for the fielder's choice. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left aboard. As we will head to the bottom of the third. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in their relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
While you were away, Jonah Smithson, who is the first base coach for the Full Count Rhythm, as he was walking across the diamond, and Dawson Sweeney, his teammate from Trevecca, was coming out to the pitcher's mound, and not sure what Jonah had to say to him, but whatever it was long enough that the home plate umpire is telling Jonah, hey, get away. Can't have he's counting. Thinks that's a mound visit, and next thing you know, he's counting it as a mound visit. So, not that I keep up with it here, and I'm pretty confident you folks aren't keeping up with mound visits, but just in case it might come up later, you didn't have the privilege of watching that little interaction.
No.
Top of the lineup, Hunter Vaughn takes ball 1. Here in the bottom of the third inning, all tied up 1-1. And Sweeney, he was a little bit upset, mildly, I would say. I mean, he kind of asked the umpire, or maybe he was trying to explain what the conversation was about, but the umpire wasn't having any of it. And he pulls out his card and makes a note of it and says, that's 1. I think you get 6. Don't know that Full Count's ever run up to it. As Vaughn, who lined out to the left fielder, now is a 3-ball, 1-strike count. And the first walk of the ball game is a leadoff walk here in the third. Now Dane DeWeese will come to the plate. Don't think this is his first time that he's played in the Ohio Valley League. His name sounds familiar. And I know it sounds familiar because I covered him a couple years ago when Swick played Volunteer State. And I can't remember if Vol State played Swick this year or not. I know we played him 2 years ago, doubleheader, and Swick beat the Pioneers 2 games at home. And DeWeese was the leadoff batter in starting center fielder. I believe they're called the Blue Storm. He was 340 to 370 batter, I think both years that he was at Swick, one of the top JUCOs in the, I think they play in the Great River Athletic Conference, the GRAC or GRAC. Rend Lake is in there with them, Wabash Valley. 1-1 count, and that misses outside as Sweeney has all of a sudden lost control here, giving up a couple singles and a home run. And now ball 3. On deck, Hayden Jones. Runner does not take off, and a check swing foul ball brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. We're in Henderson, Kentucky. There is one more trip that the Rhythm are scheduled for. Throw over to first, and pretty close play over there as Vaughn is back in head first. He takes off here, and then full count first pitch foul ball off the bat of DeWeese. Vaughn will have to return. A AAA autoglass foul ball. We'll also have the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game at the conclusion or toward the end of the game. Trace Simmons, the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game against the Fulton Railroaders. And Sweeney misses with ball 4, and he's walked the first 2. So Jonas Smithson can't talk to him anymore. That apparently didn't work. Jonas, stay in your lane. You're the first base coach. You're not the pitching coach. Just kidding. Jimmy Gembo is actually the pitching coach, but Joan has been away handling some business. They, of course, are teammates. Logan Harrell got injured the other day, hoping that the injury is not a surgery related. So waiting to see as Hayden Jones takes ball 1 outside as Sweeney definitely wants to stay away from his power. 7 home runs. He hits them in bunches, though. I think 6 of those 7 home runs, he's hit 2 home runs in a game 3 times. Takes a big hack there. Fouls it into the mid of Trace Simmons. He struck out in the first, the only Safeware strikeout of the ballgame so far for the Flash. On deck, Milo Abradovich. Ground ball could be 2. Over to short. McCarron bobbles, picks it up, is going to throw to first. And they're going to get Jones. So says our only base umpire. And runners, now it's second and third, so it works like a bunt. Good job by McCarron as that ball bounced up on him while he was charging to throw on the run and at least get 1 out. That had disaster written all over it. Now Abradovich steps to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. Wearing the high pants, the white socks. I thought they had yellow socks. Maybe he left his at home. Was that slider apparently missed outside? Abradovich flew out to John Paul Head and right to end the first. Sweeney rocks and fires. That's a fastball right down Broadway. The other one outside. Jackson Sparks, who in his very first at-bat with the Henderson Flash, hit a home run over the right center field wall. 340 over there. Leading off the second, he's on deck. Change up. Missed somewhere, and Dawson is not happy. It definitely was not below where that pitch was to Nate Webb last inning. And Abradovich isn't anywhere near as tall as Nate Webb. There's ball 4. Maybe not the worst thing that happened, but that's 3 walks in the inning. That brings up Jackson Sparks. We got him at 6'2", 215, an incoming freshman to Indiana State from Fort Wayne, Indiana, as Trace Simmons will go out and have a chat. He'll have to regroup. He's got bases loaded and 1 out. Judy Carver watching. Tony Stockton also. Good to have you. Home plate umpire will get some new baseballs from the pitching coach for the Henderson Flash, Logan Haslam, former right-hander for the Flash from Willamette University. 2 umpires. This might be the first time this year that I've seen only a 2-man crew. And again, it may be because it's a 5 o'clock start in the middle of the week. Jackson Sparks just graduated from high school, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I believe it said Carroll. Not sure if it was Carroll County, Carroll High School. Said Fort Wayne or Carroll, Fort Wayne. 1-0 pitch, low and inside. Now 2 balls, no strikes. Sweeney tried to step on a fastball there, but yanked it glove side, and he's now 2-0. I cannot see the Rhythm bullpen area, but I got to believe there's somebody listening. Popped up on the left side. That'll get out of play, though. Jake Merrick over takes a look. That's a AAA autoglass foul ball. Lands in the grass. Young lady running right through the area that I don't want people to run through. Don't want her to get caught up on my equipment. 2-1, change up. And Dawson Sweeney's getting squeezed here by this home plate umpire. Apparently whatever he said after Jonah came out and had a chat with him must have made this umpire mad, because he is not getting any of the low calls. 3-1 pitch is line fair down the right field line. That's going to get down into the corner. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. They're waving around the third. Throw comes in to third base, and that is a bases clearing triple by Jackson Sparks, who has a home run and a triple to begin his summer with the Henderson Flash. Again, I'm going off of Game Changer stats. He now has all 4 of the RBIs, and Josh Carman is out of the dugout. That means the end of the evening for Dawson Sweeney. So we'll have a pitching change. We'll take a break to be right back after this message.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen for the Full Count Rhythm. The newest, or one of the newer rhythm players, Tate Riggs, out of Nolensville High School, Nolensville, Tennessee. 6'1", 195-pound right-hander, transferring from Queens University, Charlotte, North Carolina, over to Columbia State to play for Desi Ammons. He's the son of Scott and Tara Riggs, and he is the brother to Jack and Max. Also has grandparents Papaw and Mia in Norris City, Illinois. He'll be a redshirt freshman over there for the Chargers, as he is on in relief of Dawson Sweeney. They called him Nate Riggs here, but they're not always on top of things. Wearing the number 24, Tate Riggs will come in with a runner at third, 1 out, and pitching to Colton Evans, the number 6 hole hitter. Dawson Sweeney goes 2 1/3, gives up 4 hits, 4 runs to this point, but the runner at third is his responsibility. 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Did not plunk a batter, and he faced 14 and leaves trailing 4-1. Colton Evans at the plate. He popped out to the shortstop with the Rhythm infield playing in here in the 3rd inning of a 7-inning ball game. Riggs throws a breaking pitch low and away. Pam Roach didn't have an opportunity to turn 2 there, did we? That would have been nice. Riggs now 2 balls and no strikes. The other new player, Aaron Beeman, the catcher. It's a 2-0 swing is fouled off. AAA autoglass foul ball. If we were back at Drake's Creek, take that foul ball over to the Merch Pavilion, get you a AAA autoglass squishy ball. Those are fun. Evans reaches out and touches that one. He's going to drop a single into center field. That's exactly what Dane DeWeese did in the 1st inning. An RBI single drives home Jackson Sparks. And Henderson leads 5-1. That run charged to Dawson Sweeney. Close the book on Dawson. 4 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. Braden Gable with 1 on and 1 out. 4 runs in the inning for the Henderson Flash. Fastball up. Ooh. Okay. So Dawson comes out of the game, and now Tate comes in and gets a call. Sorry, Dawson. I think you're a nice young man. AAA autoglass foul ball. And Riggs gets ahead in the count 0-2. Tried to get Evans on that sharp breaking slider. First time, obviously, that any of the Rhythm players, maybe except for a couple. I think Aaron Beeman and Tate Riggs. Dawson Sweeney, actually, I think was a high school teammate with Riggs. And Ryan Sweeney was high school teammates with Aaron Beeman over at Centennial. So when there's a need on the roster, these guys reaching out to their buddies. Runner takes off and swing and a miss and a Safeware strikeout, but a stolen base. Was that one stolen on Riggs? Evans just took off before Riggs even got into his delivery to the plate. With Gable, a swing and a miss and a Safeware strikeout. First strikeout of the ball game for Riggs. Now Jackson Pruitt, who singled the first time he came to the plate, stands in. He takes a called strike. LSU Eunice, Fort Smith, Arkansas, freshman, playing second base today. for the third place Henderson Flash. They are the reigning champions in the Ohio Valley League. Defeated the Fulton Railroaders 2 out of 3 games last year. I believe they won their championship right here on their field. So that's 2 straight championships that have been won on this field. Rhythm defeated the Henderson Flash 2 years ago. And the Flash defeated the Fulton Railroaders last year. Where will the championship lead this year? Full Count hoping it's going through Drakes Creek field number 3 for the 3rd time. 1-2 pitch. Grounded right back up the middle. McCarron over and behind second base. Throws over to Carter for the final out. In the 3rd inning, they send 8 runners to the plate, or batters to the plate, and score 4 runs on 2 hits. 3 walks in the inning. 1 runner was left on base. There were no errors. After 3, Henderson leads 5-1. And Bloomer back out on the mound. We'll be right back.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Let's shout. Trey Simmons to face Evan Bloomer out in the 4th inning. 6'5" right-hander from Lee University. Simmons saw a pitch up this time. Decided to take a hack at a pitch above his knees this time. Fouls it back. A strike called on the inside corner. Simmons looked like he was tied up with that. Now he's down in the count 0-2. He started to go, held up, thought it was going to be just a little too tight. But home plate umpire says close enough to hit. Simmons gets a bat on that one and fouls it off. A AAA autoglass foul ball. There's Paula Sims showing up from Unionville. I think that's right. Judy Carver's in Gallatin. Tony Stockton's in Gallatin. Heads up over at the Henderson Flash. Fouled it just above the heads of the 3 or 4 coaches that are sitting outside of the dugout. Anywhere else you go in the league, they don't let these guys sit outside the dugout, but they've got them on both sides, although it is a pretty small dugout. Broken back ground ball back to Bloomer. He'll glove and underhand to first for out number 1. That bat did not die a hero.
Number 11
is Firewood now. Second ground out by Simmons. I'll bring up Nolan Sargent. He got things started for Full Count in the 2nd inning. Doubled after Simmons grounded out to lead off the 2nd. After Charlie Bozeman strikeout, got 2 outs. Then Blake Carter delivered the RBI single. Ball one down low to the new Cougar from Cleveland State. From Macaulay High School over in Chattanooga. So he is headed back home in the fall after 1 year at Belmont University in Nashville, my alma mater. 5'10", 180-pound rising sophomore. Son of Scott and Leo Sargent, brother to Tucker. Papaw and Granny and Nanny all in Chattanooga. I don't know. Maybe they're in Saudi Daisy. Maybe they're in Hickson. Ground ball to the right side. Backhanding it and gloving on the dirt. Colton Evans, the first baseman, as he fielded that right in front of Jackson Pruitt, the second baseman. So he made an easy play hard by sliding, making the catch, and having to throw from his seat. And now 2 outs. Brings up Bozeman. Struck out in the second. Couple of straight fastballs up in the zone. Takes that. Slider for ball one. Fastball stays up. Maybe 3 times as many people here now as there were at game time. Bozeman smokes a foul ball down past Carson Howard, who does not attempt to catch that line drive. He knows his limit. If he had a glove, he might have. I told him, I said, I want to see a diving attempt at some point in time this year. 2-1 pitch to Charlie Bozeman, Samford University, and a breaking pitch called a strike. He started to go, and I don't think they called it on the swing. Charlie from Knoxville Farragut High School. Michael and Emily are his parents. He lines one into left field. He golfed one there. It was a low slider and a 2-out base hit for Charlie Bozeman. He's now 1 for 2.
Now batting, number 4, Blake Carter.
4th hit of the game by the Rhythm. And Blake Carter, as the only RBI of the game for Full Count, stands in. I believe he's wearing molded cleats. Guys going more with molded cleats these days since they play on artificial surfaces a lot. Don't want to carry around 2 pairs of cleats, I guess. Runner from first goes. Pitch is swung on and grounded to short. Vaughn with the throw over to first base retires Carter for out number 3. Shortstop and second base converge there at the bag. The ground out handled by Vaughn. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Appreciate you joining us for game 1 of the doubleheader today on YouTube or Facebook. If you want to let me know where you're watching from, who you are, who you're rooting for, I'd try to get it out there, just like Gabi Perel, Levi's mommy. Levi said, let's get going, boys, all the way down there in North Carolina. Good to have you on board, Gabi. We'll be right back.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Mike Carroll's also checked in on Facebook. He says, what up? 9-1-2 to face Tate Riggs, new right-hander for Full Count. Gets the first pitch in for a called strike to Drew Eisenberg. Swings and flies one down the left field line. It will be foul, but it'll be caught for out number one. Out of your viewing area and out of mine from where I sit. Have to depend on our home plate umpire. He points into foul territory. And everybody else making the motions of out number one. Now Hunter Vaughn stands in, the leadoff batter. Takes a pitch inside the ball one. Hunter Vaughn lined out to left and walked and scored in the third inning. He was the first of 3 walks by Dawson Sweeney in that third inning. And Jackson Sparks in his second at bat in a Henderson Flash uniform cleared the bases. Strike called there. All of a sudden, we're figuring out that our home plate umpire is a high ball strike caller. One low one to Nate Webb, but everything else has been up. And there's that low one that Riggs does get the call. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Vaughn from Pensacola State. Grounds to second. Elijah Stockton stays down on it, throws short throw over to Blake Carter for out number 2. First action of the game for Elijah Carter other than a stolen base attempt. Dane DeWeese been on base both times he's come to the plate. Singled in the first, stole second, but was stranded there and walked in the third inning. Started to go on the slider. They want to check down at first base. Maybe you can see him down there. He said no, he did not go. I don't disagree. There's a slider over for a called strike. So Tate Riggs from Nolensville High School. As that ball's grounded to the left under the glove of Jake Merrick, and there to pick it up is Devin McCarron in the strong throw to first base. Retires DeWeese. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Flash after their 4-run outburst in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So we will go to the top of the 5th. Loomer back out on the mound. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Elijah Stockton to lead it off for the Rhythm in the top of the fifth. Evan Bloomer back out for his fifth inning. He's faced 16 batters to this point. Only given up 4 hits, 1 run. And Elijah Stockton lays on the first pitch, and lines went out to left center field. Rounding first, he is heading for second. To throw is in time, and a nice tag there by Jackson Pruitt. Good throw by, I believe that was Dane DeWeese to get Stockton at second base. So a single and an 8-4. That was a close play there. Looked like he might have got him right before he got that foot on second base. But the fifth hit of the ball game for full count. Now Nate Webb stands in. And he has to bend back away inside fastball. Stockton trying to get his 4th double of the year in 9 hits. Webb takes a breaking pitch for a called strike. Paducah at Fulton tonight, single game. Webb swings and misses. Madisonville Miners at Hoptown tonight. That's the 5th and 6th place teams. Hoptown 11-18, Madisonville 10-20 on the season. That slider gets Webb swinging and missing. The 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Evan Bloomer. Now 2 outs. And John Paul Head at the plate. Trying to go to right field both times he's come to the plate. Fly out and a line out. UAB Blazer from Vestavia Hills, just south of Birmingham. Inside pitch. 6'1", 215-pound rising sophomore. He's an accounting major. No soft major for that guy. He's an accounting major. Starts to go, but the pitch is down, and first base umpire says he didn't go. Pop and BB, Papa and Yee, both in Hoover, Alabama. Staying in the host home of Mike and Andrea Kelly. I believe today is Andrea Kelly's birthday, if Facebook is correct. And now 3-ball, no strike count to John Paul. Andrea Kelly. She's a little bit involved with the Goodlettsville Little League over there. She's their treasurer. Speaking of accounting, 3-0 pitch. John Paul takes a 4-pitch walk. Now breaks the tie with the player coming to the plate, Jake Merrick, who has 27 walks. That's the first walk of the game by Bloomer. Not sure how many pitches they'll let him go. He'd only pitched 7 innings. Throw over to first. John Paul back in time. He will swipe a bag. Tied for the team lead with Charlie Bozeman with 11. John Paul been caught twice on the year. Does not take off. Merrick takes a pitch right down the can. Merrick singled the last time he came up. He's 1 for 2. Lays off of the tempting slider that lands outside. I tell you what I love. This is the 5th year that I've been calling full count baseball, count rhythm baseball, and to see the number of people who don't even have a kid on the team as that ball's chopped right in front of the plate, and it is a foul ball. Merrick down there at first base wondering why is it a foul ball. I'm not sure if the home plate umpire called that a foul ball or not. But if it didn't hit his body, it can hit off the plate and still go into fair territory. It has to hit off of him or somebody behind the plate. And I'm assuming Jake's saying, well, it didn't hit off of me. So why is it a foul ball? But home plate umpire called it right away. 1-2 pitch. And now it's a 1-3 pitch as he goes down looking. Saying that Gabi Perel and who else have we seen tonight? I know in the past, well, Amy Travis we've seen, and but all the people who don't have a kid on a team anymore, but they still come back and watch. Grand Nora from Starkville, Mississippi. It's wonderful to see all these people that stick around and will check out the broadcast from time to time, and I sure appreciate it. Heading to the bottom of the fifth, and that means it is Rhythm History time. Did a little quick check on the drive up here on the Anchor Transportation bus driven by Steve Ardito, and then the father of Cooper Anderson, a right-hander for the Henderson Flash, David Anderson, is here, and we've got to talking and made me think about, well, has the Rhythm and Henderson ever had a mercy rule game? Has either team defeated the other team and in a mercy rule game? And it has not happened. As a matter of fact, in the Ohio Valley League, the Rhythm have not been mercy ruled. They had 5 mercy rule wins, which means a 10 or more score in less than the scheduled innings. 5 in year number 1, Paducah, Madisonville, Fulton, DuBois County, and Paducah again. And then in year number 2, 8 mercy rule wins. Henderson, not one of those. Did not have a mercy rule loss in either one of those years. And in 2023, no mercy rule losses, 5 more mercy rule wins. So in the first 3 years, 18 games ended early by a full count. None, though, against the Henderson Flash. Full count comes in 11-5 all time against the Flash, 3-2 this year. And going to have a big comeback if they're going to win game 1 of the doubleheader, as Tate Riggs back out for his second full inning, as that one's popped up on the right side. Trace Simmons, the catcher, comes down and makes the catch outside of your viewing area, as I did not get over to the camera, but he was just outside of the view there. Makes the catch on Hayden Jones, who pops out on a 1-0 pitch. He's now 0 for 3. And Riggs now is retired the last 6 batters that he's faced. Milo Abradovich steps in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Sun shining back again. On my back is the called strike by Riggs. The right-hander heading to Columbia State. Not far away. His parents now live in Franklin, Tennessee. He said they moved from Nolensville. Nearly plunked Abradovich. Cracked into left center field. That's going to be down and split. The outfielder is heading to the wall, and cruising into second base is Abradovich for the 1-out double. Second hit off of Tate Riggs. Jackson Sparks, he's got the 2 hardest pieces of the cycle out of the way, the home run and the triple. Coming up for his 3rd at-bat as a Flash player. in his, I would assume it's his first college action. Solo home run leading off the second, a bases loaded triple in the third. He's got 4 RBIs in his first 2 at-bats, heading to Indiana State in the Missouri Valley Conference. Good-looking player. Rhythm don't need to allow the Flash any more runs here. Slider must have missed inside. Jackson with an X in the middle, Jaxon. Sparks from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Little soft pop up out to Devin McCarron. Catches it on the dirt for out number 2. Finally retired Sparks. The bugs starting to become pests here at Bill Heath Field, Park Field, Atkinson Park, whatever it is, the baseball field here at Henderson, Kentucky, right on the Ohio River. I mean, behind me is the parking lot and the river. Makes me think of home, Cincinnati, Ohio. First pitch swinging, Colton Evans flies one out to right field. John Paul Head looks up into the sky, and he can catch a fly ball, and he does for out number 3. So the 1-out double does not come back to bite the Rhythm. And it is getting late here in game 1 as we'll head to the top of the 6th inning, 5-1. Henderson leads. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Evan Bloomer, 71 pitches in the first 5 innings. He went 40 pitches and 51 pitches in his 2 previous appearances in relief. He has gone 5 innings, given up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 1, struck out 4 so far, but he will face 3, 4, and 5 in the Rhythm lineup, and that means some runs. Jonas Smithson getting a cameo there as he heads to first base. Carson Howard, the third base coach, nearly forgot his coach's helmet. It was in the car of Jimmy Gamboa, the pitching coach, the sometime base coach. Devin McCarron 0 for 2 stands in. Bloomer lines up. That's a line drive to center field. On comes DeWeese. Diving catch is made. I could see some white in that glove, but DeWeese comes in and makes a sparkling play for out number 1. Put a star by that one. McCarron now 0 for 3. Trey Simmons 0 for 2. Trying not to have the same lot as McCarron. Ground out to the shortstop and a ground out back to the pitcher. Trace headed to Pellissippi State after 1 year at Lincoln Memorial University. Takes a pitch inside, and he rolls that head again on another inside pitch called a strike. Got to be careful as the catcher. You can't say too much. You're standing in front of him for half of the game. Fouls that one back, and now down in the count 0-2 with Nolan Sargent on deck. Simmons in from Hendersonville, Tennessee, the son of Keith and Amy Simmons. Spoils another pitch down to the batting cages in the restrooms. Criminal justice major. It's from Beach High School, where Josh Carmen was a head coach. Got a sister Kaylee, a Paul Ma in Shannon, Mississippi, and a Papa and a Mimi in Hendersonville. Another broken bat. That's his second broken bat. Ground ball to second. And he is going through kindling here. Rounds out to second base. Can't get the ball out of the infield. He had to, on the 0-2 pitch, he just had to protect there and got a bat on it, but wonder whose bat he's using these days. Nolan Sargent 1 for 2. Doubled in the first, grounded out to the first baseman, who stole a ground out from the second baseman, Jackson Pruitt. Had a diving play when Pruitt was set up to receive it. He swings, and this one gets over the leaping Colton Evans. Nolan Sargent now 2 for 3. She swings at the first pitch.
Now batting, number 14, Charlie.
6th hit of the game. 4 full count. Now both teams with 6 hits. As Charlie Bozeman comes to the plate. Charlie lined a single in the left field. Actually golfed it into the left field. He's 1 for 2. Has an open stance with that front leg and then pulls it up. Hits one high out to Dane DeWeese, who goes back. He's still going back in center field, but gets underneath it right in front of the 370 sign and hauls it in for out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 more runner left on base. They've left a runner on in every inning but the first. Yeah, we will head to the bottom of the 6th, down 5-1. Be right back after this short break. Thanks to Chick-fil-A Rivergate for being our title sponsor.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association called the bullpen for Full Count. Eli Lamb on in relief of Tate Riggs. That's what I have. It says in Riggs on Game Changer, but Eli Lamb will come in for Tate Riggs. Lamb, 6'5", 230-pound Bengal from LSU Eunice, redshirt sophomore from Franklin, Tennessee. Also a Centennial Cougar, I believe that's what they are. Son of Eric and Nicole Lamb, brother to Mibby, and the grandson of Pawpaw in Princeton, Kentucky. And also Pops and Mimi in Lexington, Kentucky, and Nana in Richmond, Kentucky. Tate Riggs, 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. He faced 10 batters. First pitch from Lamb to Braden Gable in there for a called strike. Ground ball to McCarron at short, backhands, and a quick throw to first base. Retires Gable. Apparently, Devin McCarron likes that backhand on the ground ball right in front of him. I'm not a big fan of that positioning, fielding a ground ball, but I've seen him do that now a couple of times. One time it didn't work for him. That time it did. Braden Gable now 0 for 3. And now Jackson Pruitt, the 8-hole hitter, stands in. He's 1 for 2. Another right-handed batter facing the right-hander Eli Lamb, who one-hops one to the plate. Nice backhand snag by the Old Hickory bat breaker, Trace Simmons. Another one down in the dirt.
No.
Lamb on for his 6th appearance of the year. It's his 4th in relief. 13 in the 3rd innings. Throws the ball back in, changes baseballs. Giving up only 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 3, struck out 15. Has plunked 4 batters. But a 0.68 ERA. Nearly hits Pruitt with that high inside pitch. Helmet falls off as he was getting the noodle out of the way. And the count goes 3 balls and no strikes. That one got away, and Eli taps his chest. Is Pruitt one of his teammates from LSU Eunice? He is. Okay, so this is Bengal v. Bengal here. Fastball for a called strike. So Lamb clearly not trying to hit Jackson Pruitt. I mean, they got at least 4. There's a ground or a line drive right back at him, and Pruitt says, "Take that, Lamb." So a 1-out base hit puts Pruitt on. He's now 2 for 3. And Drew Eisenberg will step to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Fly out to right and a fly out to left. Lamb sees Eisenberg square around the bunt. Merrick was ready for that. He was in on the grass. Pitch down low. Eisenberg, a slightly built player. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Does not square that time. Dawson Sweeney started the game, went 2 1/3, give up 4 hits, 5 runs. They were all earned. Tate Riggs came in. 2 2/3 innings. Gave up a single that drove in the runner that was on base when he entered the game. That was Jackson Sparks, who was at third. Then only gave up 1 more hit as Eli Lamb walks Eisenberg after the single by Pruitt. And now the top of the order comes to the plate. 4th walk of the game by Rhythm Pitching, as Jimmy Gamboa, the pitching coach, will come out, have a conversation with Eli Lamb. See if I can figure out when Eli last pitched. It seemed like it wasn't that long ago. July 6th, so just 3 days ago, an inning against the Paducah Chiefs. That's right, up in Paducah. That was in the ultimately the second game of the doubleheader that the Rhythm lost 10-4, and he had a 1-2-3 inning in that inning. Only threw 15 pitches. Hunter Vaughn, he's 0 for 2. Stands in with 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're trying to pick up some insurance runs. on the outside corner. He just got done visiting with longtime head coach J.D. Arndt. I believe he's the only coach that Henderson Flash has had. As a ball has come out of the Flash dugout, and called strike. It's a little rubber ball, almost looks like a racket ball. Logan Haslam will retrieve that without time being called. Oh, it came from outside the field. McCarron moves in behind the runner at second. Lamb does not turn around to throw it. Misses outside with the fastball. It's been a while since the Rhythm turned a ground ball double play. Now would be a perfect time. I believe Am Roach called for that earlier. I think she would echo that right now. Rhythm have 4 runs they have to come back from, just down.
No.
For ball 2. Game 1 of the doubleheader, 2 7-inning contests here. Game number 31 of the year for Full Count, 21-9 record. Another low fastball. The Full Count Ministries Full Count. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game and the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game in the top of the 7th inning. About 30 minutes after Game 1 concludes, we should get Game 2 started. Runner from second takes off, swing and a miss, throw down, and that's a non-conventional. That's a strike him out, throw him out. Safeware strikeout ends the inning. So caught stealing. Trace Simmons throws a dime for the final out as Hunter Vaughn swings and misses, and Eli Lamb wiggles off the hook. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left aboard. We're heading to the 7th. Rhythm needs 4 to stay in the ball game. We'll be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the 7th we go. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the Henderson Flash, and he is getting his first appearance of the year. It's a right-hander, freshman at Southern Indiana. He's from Scottsburg, Indiana. Brady Watts, number 15. He's on in relief of Evan Bloomer. Bloomer goes 6 innings. Gives up 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 1, struck out 4. And is in line for his first win of the year. Faced 24 batters. Watts will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Rhythm lineup. Blake Carter, Elijah Stockton, and Nate Webb. Henderson Flash have added some new right-handers to their roster in the last week or two. A couple of former Fall State Pioneers, Cade Darby and Cooper Anderson. Cooper's dad is here in attendance. David drove up from Franklin today. Blake Carter's got the only RBI in the game for full count. It's going to lead off for the first time. Facing Watts. And the fastball at the letters for a called strike. Breaking pitch has Carter moving back, but it sails right across the plate for an 0-2 count. Ground ball to the left side. Jones dives from his knees, tries to throw Carter out and can't make the play. It hops and gets to the dugout. Abradovich will pick it up and calmly tag. Let's see how that one's ruled. I would assume that is a base hit. Jones, the third baseman, made a diving attempt, so I don't know how you could give him an error on that play. But a one-out knock, or a leadoff knock, has Elijah Stockton to the plate. He hit one into the left center field gap. Tried to stretch it into a double, but was thrown out by Dane DeWeese, the center fielder. Rhythm need 4 to stay in the ball game. That is fouled off to the left side. That'll get out of play. A AAA autoglass foul ball. And again, the shadow still an issue. Here is the batter is partially in the sun, and now the pitcher is mostly in the shade. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Stockton on a high fastball. Blake Carter now 2 for 3. He and Nolan Sargent have a couple of hits. Stockton asked for time as the music went a little bit too long. Have no idea why they do that, but they do that here for some reason. It's every game. 1-2 stays outside. Abradovich tried to pull it back in across home plate, but home plate umpire says no. Scoreboard says 2-2. I've got 1-2. I'm going to go with me for right now. Another AAA autoglass foul ball. Let's see what Game Changer. That Game Changer's got 2-2, so 2 out of 3 means I'm probably wrong. Slider stays up, and a Full Count Ministries full count to Elijah Stockton with Nate Webb, the DH, on deck. Love to be able to get John Paul Head and Jake Merrick up to the plate with potential tying or go-ahead run up as Stockton swings through ball 4 there. And he's a strikeout victim for the second time. First strikeout for Brady Watts. 5th of the game by Rhythm batters. Nate Webb 0 for 2. Strikeout victim the last time he came up. Incoming freshman to Belmont University in Nashville. Able to lay off of the first pitch. Nate with 3 hits on the year. 2 in his first game. Again, has to lay off of a breaking pitch outside. Webb played in his 5th game of the year. 3 singles, a couple RBIs. Be great to get him on base with John Paul Head on deck. Backs away from a breaking pitch that sails right across the plate for a called strike. Was not expecting a 2-0 breaking pitch from Brady Watts. Watts comes set and delivers. Another breaking pitch at the knees for a called strike. Watts attending Southern Indiana University. Have had couple of those guys on their roster. 2-2 pitch, one out and one on. Ground ball to third. Hayden Jones over to second for one on the first, and there is a game-ending 5-4-3 double play. And John Paul Head does not get an at-bat.
20 minutes.
No runs, one hit in the inning, no errors, nobody left on base. This is a game that takes less than 2 hours. It is an hour and 51 minutes, and Henderson defeats Full Count 5-1. Both teams with 7 hits. Shows an error on the rhythm, trying to figure out where the error occurred. There was not an error. So the scoreboard shows one up there, but pretty sure Game Changer does not. It does not. So no errors. Winning pitcher is Evan Bloomer, and he moves to 1-0. And the losing pitcher, Dawson Sweeney, falls to 2-2. No save to Brady Watts. Rhythm fall to 21-10. Still good for first place. And the Flash moved to 16-13. The Full Count Ministries verse of the game found in James chapter 1, verse 26. It says, "Those who consider themselves religious and yet do not keep a tight rein on their tongues deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless." James 1:26, our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. And our Full Count Rhythm, or Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game, but a couple of hits by Blake Carter, a couple of hits by Nolan Sargent, but I'm going to go with the right-hander Tate Riggs in his first outing for Full Count. 2 2/3 innings, gives up only 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no runs. And Tate Riggs is the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. Came on and shut down the big rally that was going on in the 3rd inning and pitched a 0 in the 4th and the 5th for Full Count. Tate Riggs, our player of the game, as this game has gone final. Get the final button up there, and game 2 should start approximately 7:30 right here on the same Full Count broadcast network on YouTube and Facebook. So we will start a new stream for game number 2. So please come back and join us, and hopefully Full Count can get the split of the doubleheader. For John Smithson, who's the director of ministry for Full Count Ministries, and head coach, general manager Josh Carman, this is Tim Reesing. God bless you. Thank you for watching another edition of Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.